We started True Grounds, Rhett and myself. I worked at a cafe beforehand, and then Rhett worked in the corporate office, and he was my boss, and I reported to him. And we just got to know each other and started talking, and really liked the atmosphere and the cafe vibe, but we're really ready to move forward and kind of get our feet wet. That's when we kind of just decided to kind of come together and create a cafe.
My schooling was for accounting, and right after college I got a job with the CPA firm, and I gave my notice 3 weeks later because I realized that was not where I wanted to be at that time.
I went to school for sports marketing, and the reason why I moved down here was for a job here. But the company ended up being bought out by a larger company, and I didn't like the way it was going. It wasn't grassroots anymore, it was more corporate, so I left and then actually ended up just working in a cafe and loved it, and ended up co-managing. So, yeah, you find out what you really like, I think, later on.
Oh, we started pretty much for the first 2 years on the brink of financial collapse. It was a very rough road. Our parents both helped us out financially, just paying our rent. During our first week, 2 of our refrigeration units went out. Found a cat in the bathroom one time.
Yeah, you know, building contractors, that sort of thing, where they say they're going to show up and they don't. We understaffed, and it was our first weekend here, and it was just Rhett and myself. It was chaos. We had a juicer, and the vegetables were flying out of the juicer, and it was just kind of funny and crazy, and
I wanted to cry.
And we wanted to cry. But we got over that, you know, whatever. A couple months later, we got things kind of down pat, but things have become much simpler for us.
I think the best advice for someone who's wanting to open something up would be to really shadow someone else who's doing it before they ever try to get their feet wet doing it.
Hands-on experience is probably first and foremost. You can't walk into anything and expect to know exactly how everything's going to run. You know, like, you don't know everything. You need to admit that first. But hands-on, the experience is probably exactly what you need before you kind of jump into something.
I think at this point now, after the hurdle, the joy of the job is kind of hopefully the idea of being able to take time off when you want. If it is now that you can take 2 weeks off and go travel somewhere you've never been before. Previous jobs have never had that opportunity, never took more than 3 days off in a row. And there's just something about not having the stress of dealing with a supervisor or deadlines.
I think what I enjoy most is the environment and how, I guess the people that you work with is the most important, and that's always been the most important for me. When I left the job that was in my field, I didn't enjoy the people I worked with. It wasn't, I guess, uplifting, or it didn't feel good. And at the end of the day here, like, seeing people come in and enjoy where they're coming and where they're going, and the people that we work with, it's a great feeling.